Hey everyone, if you're new here, this is Official Ma and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, we'll talk about men's relationship, women's psychology, that is understanding the way a woman's mind works and how to get to your dream girl. If you know this kind of content interests you, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be giving you 3 seconds to do so. So with that being done, let's proceed to the video. In today's video, I'm going to be highlighting things that I wish men knew about relationship. There are so many things I wish guys knew about relationship, especially modern dating. That's why most times you go into a relationship and you do something else, expecting a different result. Firstly, number one, you don't need to win every argument, or you don't need to have the last say in every argument. If, for example, you and your girlfriend are having an argument over something, most times you need to choose silence. To see modern relationship, 70% of the cause of breakups today is pride. This person, okay, you have an argument and you're going to be waiting for who is going to text each other first. The feelings are still there, but you're going to start waiting for who to text each other first. If it's an argument is going through the roof or it's going through another phase, you just have to, as a matured person, as a matured mind you are, you just have to end the argument and wait for your partner to when they are ready to talk, then you can talk about it. Nevertheless, I'm going to advise you also as guys that you should not always be apologizing in your relationships. Even though she's wrong or she's right, you're going to say, oh, let me apologize because I don't want to lose her or something, or I don't think I can cope without her. Most times it's not going to always be apologizing, even if you're right in your relationships. It's going to make her lose that sense of accountability, which is not right. Everyone needs to be accountable for their actions. Most times you teach people how to treat you. So if you're always apologizing, if you're right, she's going to get used to you apologizing even if you're right. And that day when you're fed up or when you're tired of apologizing, because it's draining also. If you're always apologizing even if you're wrong or right, or the person always holding the relationship, it's also draining. So at the long run you're going to get drained, and when you get drained, what's happened, the relationship is going to end because she's used to you apologizing even if you're right or you're wrong. Number two thing I wish that guys knew about relationship is that most time who you are to her is never more important than what you do for her. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like most times some guys feel like, okay, they can buy a girl's house with gifting and stuff. Why gifting is important in a relationship? Because some people's love language is gifting. You also have to understand that who you are is also important to her. Because if you try to gain a girl's house with gifting or giving her money or stuff, when that gifting stops, so what happened? She's already in love with that gifting, knows who you are as a person. I'm not in any way saying that you should not give to a girlfriend or stuff, but most times you have to understand that you have to develop your personality with this person. You have to make sure this person loves you for who you are, not for what you can do for the person. And I know that most times a guy have this instinct of problem solving. Like most guys are not good as listeners. Sometimes when a girl tell you about her problem, it's not that she doesn't seek for solution to it. But on the other hand, sometimes she just wants you to listen. Even if you have the solution, at least just listen to her. Listen and have that sense of empathy towards her. Even if you have the solution at hand. Most times, some guys, you tell them your problems, or babe, I'm going through something. They say, oh, why don't you just do this thing? Problem with my colleague. So, oh, why don't you just quit the job? Something like that. Why don't you just quit? I'm going to be paying you every month. No, most times you just have to sit back and listen to her. And okay, what happened? Let me know about it. You have to develop that listening ear towards your partner. Do you understand? You have to develop that listening ear. It's not always, oh, okay, she just tell you something and you're just snapping back at her with a solution at hand. Most times you just have to sit back and listen, then you can offer your solution. Make her feel heard. Who you are to her also include, are you compassionate towards her? Are you kind towards her? All these things really, really matters. I've heard cases of some guys that is going to beat their girlfriend up and end up surprising her with a gift. All those things, most times of the day, you're going to see you're deceiving yourself. And I wish that guys have an understanding towards all these things in relationships. Number three thing that I wish that guys knew about relationship is that a date is not always a marriage proposal. When you're going to dating, you should have this mindset that, okay, I want to know this person. Do you understand? Dating is a phase of knowing a person, if you're going to be compatible with this person for marriage. But if you're going to dating with the purpose of, oh, I want to get married to this person, you're going to close your eyes to a lot of flaws because you just want to get married to that person. Most times we as human beings, we lack the spirit of patience. That's the problem with most people. You feel like, okay, I've gone into so many relationships already and I'm tired of exploring. I know it's very hard, I know it's very difficult, but also you have to also think about your mental well-being. Don't say that, okay, let me manage this person, let me manage this person's flow that you know that you cannot take. There's some things that you cannot take from a person, things that also you can take from a person in a relationship. So don't go into the mindset, okay, I just want to get married, I'm tired of dating anyhow she is, I'm going to just get married to her because I'm just tired of exploring, I'm tired of girls. No, I always say those red flags that you ignore at the beginning, they're going to come and haunt you at the end. So if you know that you cannot take this thing from a person in a relationship, don't push further to getting married to that person. So if you know something that you cannot take from a person, for example, from some guys, cooking is very paramount for them. They cannot date a girl that cannot cook. For other guys, not a problem for them if their girlfriend is not the cooking type. They can easily go and get food outside. For other guys, they prefer homemade meal, and if the girl that dating is not the cooking type, it's going to really affect them. You know, there's something that you cannot take at the beginning of a relationship, and you've talked to the person about it, and the person is not willing to fix it. It's best for you to leave that relationship at that initial stage, because definitely those things are going to haunt you. So don't be that person that you feel like you can fix people. People come in different shapes and different sizes. So have in mind that this is a phase of knowing the person that you want to the future with. So it's not something that you should be scared of or should be skeptical about, or you should try to brace yourself to not making mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable in life. As long as life goes on, we are going to make mistakes in life. Definitely you're going to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself over the mistakes that you made. We are only humans and we are going to make mistakes. So it's left for you to learn from that mistake and move on. So take this in as something that's a learning phase. It's something I always say that to avoid time wastage, all you have to do if you want to go into a relationship with a person, just have a list. Even if you don't write it, you have a list in your head about what your future woman should look like, what your dream woman should look like. And when you say person and you guys talk about it, in a date, it's not about knowing the best restaurants in town. You're supposed to know about this person, you're supposed to know this person's boundaries, and you're going to bring up your own boundaries and things that you can take and things that you cannot take. And if this person ticks all your boxes, fine, you enter the relationship with this person. It's not possible that someone meets your standard 100%. If the person meets your standard 80%, it's fine. You guys can cope. But if the person don't meet it like 40% or so, no, you just have to know that no, this one is not for you. You have to move on to the next one. Like going to the market and you have a list of things that you want to buy, it's going to save you more time and it's going to save more money also. It's just like the same thing as going to a relationship, knowing what your ideal partner is going to look like, or is the characteristics your ideal partner should have. It's going to save you a lot of time and also a lot of money. Number 4 thing is that digital communication should be leading face-to-face communication, but should not be taken away from it. So let me explain this point. You know, the world is a global village now, and most things we do today in this modern life is always online. We communicate online, and most times, 90% of the time, we find our relationships online. So digital communication should be leading, it definitely is going to lead face-to-face communication, but you should not take away from it. Things like arguments, when you want to fix an argument, or when you want to ask a girl out, it should be done face-to-face, not over text. Especially fixing an argument. When you're fixing an argument with your partner, let's take for example that you guys are in a long distance relationship and you have an argument. You want to fix that argument, it's best that you call that person on a video call. Most times it actually works. You say I tend to solve that misunderstanding faster than over text. Most times over text, the tones are not heard, facial expressions are not met. You tend to misunderstand the other party. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's even if you're trying to break up with a person, it should not be done over text. Face to face is much better. The next point I would like guys to understand about relationship is that you are worthy of respect, but don't demand respect. Don't ask for respect. Respect is earned and not asked for. If you have a partner that's not giving you that ultimate respect, or she's not respecting you, and you've talked to her about it and she's not willing to change, it's better you take a walk out of that relationship. And how do you get your partner to respect you? It's obviously by leading by example. You have to be the leader of your relationship. Women love men that can lead. And how do you lead? You lead by example. If you're that kind of person that don't respect your girlfriend, you're that kind of person that every small argument you've started throwing words, you've started saying hurtful things, best believe that she's not going to respect you also, because most times she can fear you and not respect you. And once that fear is gone, what happens? Respect is out of the window. Trust me, women are like kids. She's watching you, she's watching your every action, she's watching the way you treat other people, she's watching the way you treat your staff, she's watching the way you treat your boys, she's watching the way you talk to that waiter. She's watching every of your move, and it's also a move that is going to determine if she's going to show you respect or not. And the way you treat yourself also really matters. So if you're that kind of guy that you're always rude to people that are around you, you shout for them at every slightest provocation, you're very insultive, you're abusive. So if you treat people around you good, that good energy is going to still come back to you. And like I said earlier, she's also watching the way you treat yourself. You don't treat yourself good, you don't treat yourself with pride, you don't even think you're worthy of respect. You don't think that you deserve respect. You're always thinking that you're less. You don't see yourself as a human being. You always see yourself less. You always say things that are bad to yourself. You always say you're useless. You always say you're unlucky. You always say bad things about yourself. Best believe me that those energy is going to come back to you, and she's not going to treat you with respect. But once you respect yourself, you have confidence in yourself, and you respect the people around you. I'm not saying that you should go and worship people around you, or if they do something bad, you should not discipline them. No, you should discipline people with respect. Also, you know how to lead in your relationship. Best believe me that respect is going to come to you in maximum folds. You are not going to demand for it, unless perhaps your girlfriend is something else. And I'm not going to advise you in any way to tolerate disrespect from your partner. If you've put it to her and you've told her about how you feel about her disrespecting you, and she don't see the need to change, and it's time for you to leave that relationship. We've come to the end of this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any consultation for me, you want to speak to me one-on-one, you can share to me on Instagram. My name is going to be on the screen. Don't forget to follow me on all other social media platforms, on TikTok and Instagram. I love you guys all, and see you in my next video. Cheers.